From the Fox 29 studios, this is Good Day Philadelphia Weekend.
And scoring the biggest win. He's the guy who helped Nick Foles find the right words for Believe It. Now author Joshua Cooley has a new book coming out about 6 Eagles superstars. He joins us live to talk about everything from faith to football. Let's talk about scoring the biggest win. The author who helped Nick Foles find the right words for Believe It now has a new project of his own. Joshua Cooley joins us live to talk about everything from faith to football. I've seen him. He walks in the studio. We're going to chat with him coming up after the break.
We got to watch all this now.
It's the best time to go inside and cuddle up with the book. Listen to this. After the Eagles won the Super Bowl, football fans wanted an inside look into the lives of our hometown heroes, and that is just what Joshua Cooley is giving them. He is a children's minister, sports writer, and the author of a new book called The Biggest Win, Pro Football Players Tackle Faith. It focuses on the lives of 6 Christian NFL players from our Super Bowl winning team. But that's not all. Joshua is also the co-author of the bestseller Believe It, My Journey of Success, Failure, and Overcoming the Odds. It hit shelves earlier this year and focuses on Nick Foles' story. Joshua joins me in the studio to talk about both books. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I know you made a trip here to Philadelphia for this, so thank you for that as well.
Yes.
So Joshua, this wasn't even intended to be a book. You found these guys working on a magazine article. Tell me about that.
That's right. I contacted them in the spring of 2017 and did a story for them for Bible Study magazine. I was so impressed with their faith, their dedication to God's Word, their Christian community together, that I thought, man, I think there's something bigger here. I think there's a book idea. So I got in touch with them. Okay. I got in touch with a publisher. And lo and behold, a book idea came out of it.
Here we are.
Yeah, and so this book, The Biggest Win, focuses on how Christians, athletes, sports fans can use sports to glorify God and grow in their faith. And the Eagles, the 6 Eagles that I focus on in this book, help me through that with their testimonies and their stories.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you talk to them before or after this big Super Bowl win?
Before. So I started writing that book in August and September, and so we had no idea what they were going to do.
Absolutely.
Talked to them all throughout the season, and then they go off and have the season that they did, and it was just a magical, awesome season.
Incredible. An incredible way to end that season, start our new one with the book coming out. Comes out on Tuesday, right?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Big day for you tomorrow.
That's right.
Where were the interviews happening? Were you in the locker room? Were you on the phones? Were you at practices? Sort of talk about where you were getting all this information. Did you go to the Bible studies? How'd you get all the information from these players?
Yeah, so a lot of it was on the phone.
Okay.
I did FaceTime with them. I did phone conversations, and then I attended a couple games. I was at the season opener in Washington last year,
okay.
And I also went up to down to the Carolina game. So
you worked with Nick Foles on his book.
That's
I'm
right.
sure that was incredible in itself because he talks about his story all the time, openly. What did you learn most about these players that the average person doesn't know? Something that's cool and unique that you found out that we don't know about them?
Yeah, well, they're really just like us. They go through the same struggles in their daily walks and their faith, and that's something I really touch on in the book. So they have to struggle with their identity. Nick talked about that, and the other guys too. They're trying hard to separate their life from football. Everybody identifies them as football players,
right.
But they also want to be known as people. And so we talk about that in the book. Am I just Nick and Carson and Zach Ertz, the football player, or am I more than that? And so we talk about what that means in the book. Do I identify with just me on the football field, or something bigger than that?
Speaking of Carson, when he was injured, a lot of people had lots of questions for him, and Carson stuck to his faith, saying that this was part of the plan. He was going to survive it. Now we're seeing him on the field, back in pads, looking amazing. Do you touch on that at all here?
Yeah, so I have a chapter in there called Trial Run, and I go inside the medical tent, and I go inside really Carson's head and talk about what it was like for him when he immediately came off the field in the Los Angeles game, really praying to Jesus for help in that game. And that's something that we all go through when life throws us a major curveball and gives us something we don't want. And so I talked to him a lot about that and what that was like for him. So.
Did you know we were going to be as amazing as we were last season when you started this whole thing off in August?
No idea. I mean, they were coming off a 7-9 season, and so I was just thrilled that they had the success they did. They won the Super Bowl. Nick came in and did what he did. Nobody expected that. And then, of course, it's great for the book. It was great for them. It was great for the city of Philadelphia. So we're all thrilled.
I love this. Thank you so much for coming by. I can't wait to read the book in full instead of just pieces of it. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.